Yo, yo, welcome back to the boat. December 2nd. It is 8:30. I got the Celtics and the Knicks on my iPad. I got Duke in Florida on the TV. We are in a full swing with basketball. We're about 20 games in, so teams are starting to figure it out and who they're going to be kind of going forward the rest of the season. But without further ado, I'm your host, Michael Smith from Austin, Texas.
Hey yo, it's Marcus J. Just touching back down in Dallas. I was in Seattle for 5 days, probably 2 days too long. Um, Shout out to the city. It's cold out there. It's pretty out there, but I did not need to be out there for 5 days. Hopefully they give y'all a new team eventually. So, but I'm back.
Ye- Yo, what's up, man? This is Darius, Shot Town's finest in Naptown, staying in the
So,
Midwest, man.
Marcus, tell us about Seattle. I was there. I did that in Vancouver before a sales meeting up in Portland last October, and I liked it. I liked Vancouver more. I will say that.
Yeah.
But Seattle's a cool city. What you
No, I
think?
agree with that. Like Seattle is beautiful. It's green, super green. It feels like you're in a forest the whole time. What I will say is like the whole
Green is legal there, so you weren't taking it. You weren't indulging in a different kind of
oh,
green, were you?
is it?
Right.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
legal up
it's right
there.
next to Oregon where everything's legal.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Did not even think about that. But no, we stopped in Vancouver as well, and I thought that was beautiful. It was like uh the views out in Canada, and I don't know, it's just a different feel. Man, yeah, it was really cool out there. And but one thing we got to do away with moving forward is like visiting cities and going to their downtowns. Once you've seen one downtown, you've seen every downtown. It's not that big of a deal anymore. Like I get it, the Space Needle, we got something like that in Dallas. Like it's all the same. It's all the same. There's just tall buildings, but the city was cool.
I can't stand on that corner quite. But I get that Pike's Market was a little overrated to me.
It
It
was.
was
I thought they
cool,
were
but
gonna
it
be
was just
throwing fish around, right? Did you see them throwing the fish? They never threw a fish.
uh
That's what
I
everyone
can't
told me.
remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember the we walked past the original Starbucks. Pike's Market was just overcrowded with people. Honestly, the part that I liked the most about Seattle was up by University of Washington. And even
Yeah.
seeing that, like they were playing Michigan at the time, but you could like their football stadium looks out. They instead of tailgating, they call it sailgating because everybody pulls their boats up to the dock, and the
Hmm.
dock is like right on the other side of the football stadium. So it's kind of cool to see. But yeah, definitely a cool city.
I ran
But
into Nate Robinson out there. He was on the phone, so I didn't fanboy or fangirl, but that's like a hero of mine. I used to watch his workout videos in the summer. Thought I would be able to dunk like him. Never really got there, but um, man, give Seattle a basketball team again. They got a
they
whole
need one.
like Jamal Crawford is big down there doing his pro am thing. Like the whole AAU circuit is serious up there because of Jamal
Oh yeah.
Crawford, because of Nate Robinson, because of all those guys investing. They need a team back, man. They did them so
Yeah,
dirty.
yeah, they got there's some good players. I mean, Jason Terry's out of Seattle, Paolo Banchero, Zach
Yeah.
LaVine. They've got some players out of Seattle for sure. I mean, Isaiah Thomas is Tacoma, but that's still Seattle Tacoma area. So
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I've never
definitely
actually
need a
been
team.
I've never actually been to Seattle, so
It's pretty, man.
I have an uncle
Yeah.
that's there and I've never actually been to go see him, so
Just book like 2 or 3 days. Do not book five. We were ready to go.
That money was burning a hole in y'all's pocket by the end of the trip.
Bro, I hate eating out. I hate eating out, man. So,
yeah.
Just gotta know where to go. But let's go ahead and kick it off, Darius. You're gonna lead it off this time with Call Me Crazy.
Man, call me crazy. But man, what if Ja was the star-studded sidekick to Desmond and Dylan when he when they were there? Because I mean, I feel like when we hear about Ja, we just hear about the negative media that he tends to push out. Like he beefing with Clay, he can't stay healthy. He seemed unhappy in Memphis, and ever since Dylan Brooks left him, hate him or love him, Buddy's been averaging 22 points a game, and Desmond. Like we saw him like carry Memphis some games when Ja was out. and he hasn't really had a too much of a drop off. He's averaging almost 20 points a game. So what if I'm just saying, like, man, what if Ja's just a star-studded, sidekick, man? What if he's just, I mean, I think he's not the guy that I would look for. If he's my top player, I don't know if you're a playoff team. I think you're an exciting team, but I don't know if he has the, leadership that they brought, the composure that they brought. I mean, we see he don't. So, so yeah, I don't know, man. What y'all think about that?
The Ringer did their like updated like top 100 rankings, and they put Ja at like 60. And at first, I was like, I was appalled. I like screamed, no way. But then I started going down the list. I'm like, nah, I'd rather have him. I'd rather have him. I'd rather
Yeah.
have him. I'd probably rather have Dylan Brooks right now. I I mean,
When would we have ever said that we would rather
that's
have Dylan
crazy.
Brooke over Ja Morant?
And Dylan Brooks got that. I respect Dylan Brooks more and more. He had that whole quote with LeBron. He's like, he just wants people to bow down. I'm not here for the kiki and all that kind of stuff. He thinks he's a main character. So that comes with Brooks, which I like it. It's like a
Yeah.
competitive. I like the competitiveness, but it's like player for player. If you were to ask, like, who do you want to contribute to winning today? I might take Brooks. Just like today, not like 2 years ago, but today. I would probably take Dylan Brooks. I'm not as big of a Bane fan as other people. I think he's a little overrated, 4 or 5 picks overrated, but I
But I
might.
mean, I think if he's your like, I mean, if he's your third or fourth scorer on the team,
Yeah,
that's not a bad. I mean, like I would take him. I'm just thinking like if Ja's your one, you have to have a really reliable two. You know what I'm saying? Like I still think like I don't think either one of those guys are two. You know what I'm saying? I think on that team at that time they probably was, but I think Ja was so exciting. He was so um he just had such a flair for the team. But I think they brought like a calmness, they brought a leadership and a toughness
yeah.
that I think Ja really wants to portray, but we just don't buy it. I'm sorry, you can't be tough while you wearing polo and moccasins. Like I'm just you know what I'm saying? Like you could put the YN tech suit on all you want. Like, bro, you had different color hair and polo and moccasins, bro. Like it's hard to
See,
be tough. It's
I,
hard to be tough with that.
I'm gonna counter a little bit in the
Yeah,
sense that I think if you're taking into account like salary cap and who you want to fit in the cap based off what they project with their salary and where they project in their role, then I agree. I would probably rather have Desmond Bain and I would rather have Dylan Brooks. But if you're telling me player for player, I'm taking Ja over either of those guys as just like if I have one guy that I have to take. He has been disappointing though. I mean, he's shooting like 16 and he's been hurt for the past couple of weeks, but he was shooting 16% from three and like 27% like overall or something like that. And was shooting, I think he was averaging like 17 points a game. His numbers went down because he went out early in the game that last game that he played. But I would say he I would call crazy based off him being a sidekick to those dudes because I think he's a better player. But when you take
Yeah.
into account everything else like money, role, then would you ask me would I rather have those guys to like build a winning team? You're not crazy there.
D does he get enough does he get a too much of a pass for his bad defense? Like everyone beats down Trey Young for his defense. Ja had Bane and Dylan Brooks covering for him, JJJ covering him for him all these past few years, so he never really got the spotlight put on him like that, but he's not really a defender either. Does he?
He's
No,
not.
and he's small and he's small. He's not a
He,
big
he's
dude.
six. He's 6'2". I think like he plays bigger than his frame because he's so athletic.
Yeah.
But even then, it's kind of like once athleticism's gone, well, what is he? You know what I'm saying? Because like right now, he still can't really shoot. He's still a great passer, but then we're also seeing he's starting to get hurt more. A lot of athletic players, we're seeing that they start to get hurt, and once they get hurt, that really just changes their game a ton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's definitely cut from that D Rose mode where I'm like, man, what if when D Rose kind of became a jump shooter, you're like, crap, man, what if he would have had the jump shot when he was younger? You know what I'm saying? Like, would that have saved his legs a little bit? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe Ja he start you see him try to adjust to that a little bit where he feel like he ain't got to go up there and try to dunk everything, but he's just still not a reliable shooter to where you're scared of him outside the arc.
Nah,
Yeah,
not at
not at
all.
all. Not at all. You scared of him outside the club if we're talking about shooters, but not
Bruh,
Shooter McGavin over there.
Man, let's just be
Not
real.
not
man.
a
He ain't gotten he hasn't gotten suspended. He's just out on his own
Yeah,
volition.
those are allegations, man. He just need to.
ain't no allegations. The dude had a gun.
Hey, what he need to
It's
do?
been a while, but he had a gun.
He need to take off the YN tech suit, go ahead and give him a quarter zip. You know what I'm saying? Give a quarter zip, get the moccasins back. He just got to change his image for the next 2 years.
Oh
He has
man,
to.
oh man, you will not let
I'm
that
surprised.
man live.
I'm surprised you didn't say cut the dreads.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
that might be scaring some white folks too. He might need to get him a nice little, give him a nice little low, ball tape on the side. Give him a nice little mini fro going. Can't be scaring the white folks, man. But if he had the dreads and a quarter zip, that might be a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah.
I was gonna joke and say he needs to instead of being Ja, he needs to be Demetrius, but
Demetrius.
Demetrius might be worse.
Ah,
No, no. Here's the thing. Demetrius like, oh, Demetrius. Then he's like, hello, ma'am. They see that quarter zip, and they go, man, he's one of the good ones. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna
But
say. Wow.
I just mean from a sense of like it's Ja, but then his name is John. Like if he was like John Morant, it would be like all right, he's a little bit more digestible. But
Man.
you can't go from Ja to Demetrius.
Yeah, yeah. Look. Go from instead. Okay, Demetrius a little aggressive. Tim, boom.
Tim.
Tim,
Timmy, hello
Tim.
Timmy.
No. Not Timmy. He's still a grown man. Tim. Tem. Tim. He good. He good, bro. He just got to get the quarter zip on. The quarter zip is that's the bat suit right there. That's like going to the phone booth.
When he took the quarter zip off, is that's when all the problems started, huh?
Yeah, yeah. When he took the when you saw him when he had the moccasins and the polo buttoned up with his family. People were like, man, that's a good kid right there. That's a good kid. He's gonna grow up and
I
be
mean,
somebody.
you knew it was fake whenever he made the cuts in his eyebrows. Because I'm like, dudes don't do that no more. Like,
Yeah. He started putting cuts in his eyebrows. It's like, bro, like you got to change the quarter. You got to change from the YN tech suit to the quarter zip, bro. You got
that's like I don't know if this was popular by y'all, but my freshman year I lived in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the double line was a thing. Like you got
Oh
lined
yeah.
up, but then you had like a whole second line.
no,
Like
yeah, yeah, no, no.
like shaving your eyebrows, that's the equivalent of doing a double line.
Let me say, I used to see dudes with that. I'm like, man, y'all the dumbest I've ever seen. Like people who did that, I'm like, yo, you can't have a happy home life. There's no way that your parents love each other. There's no way. There's no way. I used to see people do that. I'm just like, fam, when that grow back in, that line is gonna be wicked. Like you are killing your line. I remember people like, I mean, you
Yeah.
gonna get the double line up? Nah, bruh.
No, because then you're gonna
Nah,
push my.
bruh.
I'm gonna be saluting like this if I.
Bro, you gonna be in your 20s with a 6-year-old hairline. That's too much. It's too much risk. Too much risk.
Yeah,
But you saw guys getting it. I'm like, boy,
yeah.
y'all look like fools.
The only time the double line makes sense is if you got cornrows and you got the little extra
That
baby
was
hairs up
fire.
front.
Yeah, yeah. The cornrows double line is fire for sure.
Guys was legit cutting into their line. I'm like, damn, what are y'all doing out here? Like you can't tell
That's
me
like
that
those.
you can't tell me that your parents love each other and love you all the same. There's no way you can tell me that.
That's like those memes where it's like the dude has a bad haircut and it's like, "What'd you ask for?" And you said, "I walked in. I said, F me up, fam."
Hey, hey, Mike, you was out here walking with the double lineup, bro. You can tell me, bro. You can tell me.
Dang.
I never had. I had the three parts in the back. That was about as
I
Hey,
low key
Mar
like that.
Marcus, you was out here with the double lineup,
Bro,
bro.
I couldn't risk that, man. You seen my hair line up. I can't risk that.
I'm finna say that's diabolical. You boy,
They,
you've been
I was
playing with
gonna let you
fire for
live.
years.
I was gonna let you live.
You've been playing with fire for years when you did that,
don't
bro.
ask me stupid questions.
Like it's been crazy for you, bro.
Man.
Crazy. Just
Marcus,
saying, man.
go ahead and hit us with your call me crazy.
This kind of goes off the jaw situation, but call me crazy. The Cavs have to make a trade right now. Like today. I think this version of the Cavaliers is over. Like it's done. They're a middling team in the East right now. They're not that 60 win team that they were, and they have their players back. So I don't
Yeah,
know if Darius Garland's ever going to be like fully healthy, but this, like, if you're struggling in this East where it's wide open,
Yeah.
it's done. And so they're the only team in the second apron. So the trade rules get a little shaky and all that kind of stuff. But they
yeah.
have to make a trade. So I had a list of guys I wanted to see if you guys were the Cavs, do you say yes or no? Because really, trade wise, you could only basically the Cavs would have to
Dollar for
trade.
dollar.
Yeah, but
And you
they
can't
have
and
to
you can't
do
combine contracts either.
so. Yeah, so they really can only trade player for player, and they can't take back more money than they send out, right?
Yeah, and they can't
So,
aggregate contracts. Like you can't be like, I'm going to trade these three guys for this one guy making this amount.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna run down a
This is
few
the
players.
this
Tell
is the
me,
C this
It,
is
it,
I'm gonna just remind you, this is the CBA that you like.
I do,
yeah.
I do
Essentially, it gotta be like
fall
a
in
one.
line,
It gotta be one for one.
fall in line. All right, if you're the Cavs, would you trade um Garland for LaMelo? Who says
Yeah,
no? You would.
I would.
Okay, Mike,
I would say yes, just because I believe in Donovan Mitchell being a leader, and I think Evan Mobley, Jared Allen are mature enough.
Lonzo's there as
If
well.
you're keeping, yeah, Lonzo, if you're keeping that core intact and you're just only putting LaMelo in, then I think you do it. But
All right, I got a few more.
uh,
All right, would you trade
no,
Garland for
no,
No.
Okay,
that no,
Garland for Wiggins of the Heat, Andrew Wiggins.
no, no,
Uh,
no.
He's having a decent comeback here.
I probably would. I
They
But
need a
probably would.
win.
Garland is 20, what, 5? Andrew Wiggins is 31. He's not giving me a championship.
Win win now mode. Okay, all right. Dylan Brooks. Would you go Garland for Dylan Brooks? All defense, 22 points per game. Dylan Brooks right now.
No,
Nah.
Okay, Tyler Hero. Bigger
no.
guards.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Julius Randle. Wolves need a point guard.
No, because then you got Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. You had to do something
Okay,
else there.
Zach Levine.
No.
Mike
Because I
D.
feel like Zach Levine's similar to Donovan.
Well, he's not a playmaker. Zach can shoot. Donovan could be the new face of the freaking Kings. Nah,
Donovan, you mean Darius?
Darius. My bad. Darius.
Okay. I was gonna say
My
you're trying
bad.
to take
No,
Donovan
no, no.
Mitchell for Zach Levine?
I think Zach Levine would be an offensive, a little bit of an offensive upgrade to Darius because but
Yeah.
he's also bigger. But I mean, neither one of them playing defense, and I feel like I don't see Zach and Donovan being able to coexist.
Okay. All right. I got two more. Derek White.
I might.
I feel like he can mesh.
This
He
could
can
go
mesh.
both ways for both the Celtics needing a new point guard, a younger guy. They got rid of Drew Holiday. Derek White obviously isn't the star people thought. He's shooting like 30%, but
Yeah.
he's a great great role player.
And he doesn't miss time. So
Yeah,
that might make sense for both teams.
I
yeah,
feel
If you're
like
the
it would.
Celtics trying to get younger, and if you're the Cavs, I mean, getting Derek White, if you're in win now mode, he knows how to win a championship, and he can play. You don't ever have to worry about if he's going to be a good fit next to Donovan Mitchell.
yeah,
Because he can play off ball more. He can slide and guard the bigger wings. And I think he still plays enough point guard to where if you want Donovan off the ball more, he can play point. He can be a true
yeah.
point guard too.
Okay, those are all the guys.
I would agree with that.
Those are all the guys I have, and I wanted to see like where the barometer is because what what can you do? Like their second apron, you're not beating the Thunder in the championship. You're not beating the Nuggets. Like is it a moral victory if you just make it to the conference finals at this point?
I mean, I think the move Darius is one to consider, but I think Jared Allen is the other one.
Yeah.
I think that's where they need to get some shooting in Evan Mobley. They just need to play him as the center and they need a stretch four. They need somebody that can open up the floor because Evan Mobley hasn't proven to be that guy offensively enough. Like he's a good secondary third piece offensively, but you need somebody to kind of slide in as that second scorer that can at least shoot the ball because you have Allen and Mobley in that clog up the lane and make it harder for a guy that's already small, even though he's athletic, in Donovan Mitchell to get to the paint. So that's another move I feel like they got to consider is time to maybe break up the Twin Towers.
Like a
Yeah.
Porzingis or like a Vucevic as a stretch center for Jared Allen.
No, I don't think they need a stretch center. I think they need a stretch four. I think Evan Mobley needs to become a center.
Ah,
Uh,
okay. Okay.
okay. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. I said before, I think Evan Mobley is closer to Rudy Gobert than he is Kevin Garnett. Would you agree with that?
I
Dang,
think he's a different
those are
type of he's
two.
a different type of
Those are
player.
very polar opposites.
Well, this is
Yeah.
what I mean. Obviously, they're both like, freaking DPOYs and all that kind of stuff. Here's the thing. Everyone thinks Evan Mobley has this like high ceiling of like offense. I think his ceiling is a much higher than Gobert, but it's they talk about him like he's a Kevin Garnett. So I'm saying he's actually a lower ceiling than they think he is. Like he's closer to Rudy Gobert's ceiling than what they would think of peak KG.
I think he's so off like defensively talented that I mean you're comparing him to defensive players of the year, so you're not it's not a slouch to say he's Rudy Gobert defensively, but I think he projects to be a lot more he has a lot more offensive talent. He looks a lot more fluid than Rudy Gobert. So I think that's where
Yeah.
it becomes attractive. It's just he doesn't have the mindset or the mentality of a Kevin Durant or Kevin
Right.
Garnett to where he's just going to attack. And
Yeah.
yes, KG became a little bit more like slide into like the third guy with the Celtics, but early on in
He
his
was
career, he
also
was a
older.
dog.
But yeah,
Yeah, but Mobley's
KG
not a
was
dog.
KG was a dog. KG was aggressive. He was gonna go get it. And I think KG was just very offensively talented. I don't see Mobley. So I kind of see what you're saying. I don't see Mobley as talented as KG, but I also don't see him have the same mindset as KG. Like KG was, I mean, come on, bro. Like this dude, you know, talking to him, he was kind of like almost Michael Jordan level crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Creating
yeah.
scenarios in his mind to piss himself off. Why he got to give you 30 points. So like you know what I'm saying? Like Evan Mobley ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Evan Mobley is probably mostly like, you know what I'm saying, he want to, cozy up with a nice book by the fire drinking matcha. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that's more so his
yeah,
personality. It's very chill, very laid back. He ain't DMX. He more like Drake. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I could agree with that. Yeah, and I think Rudy Gobert's ceiling is I hate saying that he's like Scotty Barnes for me because I feel like I end up on the side of hating, like sounding like I'm hating on the dude, even though I
You
really
do.
don't hate him. He just he's just overrated. But I
That's how I
think
feel about Mobley though. That he's overrated.
he's starting to become overrated. I'll give you that. But I think that Gobert's ceiling is so low offensively that
Yeah.
like he really all he's ever been is free throws, rim runs, like layups near the basket. Mobley, at least he has a jump shot. Like he's averaging 19 points a game. It's just not the aggressive, I'm going to take the ball, I'm going to take the reins of the offense. Like his mentality isn't there, but the talent is there. And Gobert's not anywhere close to that with his ceiling offensively.
Yeah.
I wonder if they ever like after practice just like, hey Gobert, we're gonna practice like catching the ball. I always thought that with him. Like why didn't anyone pull him aside and just say, hey, 100 times after practice, we're just gonna throw you the ball, see if you can catch it.
Throw it at your feet.
I don't know, man.
Well, call me crazy, but the Oklahoma City Thunder, if they win the championship, will become villains like the Kansas City Chiefs. And here's why. We as Americans have been bred to hate Canadians from a young age. And it only upped another level for us Black Americans, especially when Kendrick was beefing with Drake.
Oh Lord.
Jesus, Mike.
I didn't know you were going this direction.
Here's the thing, Marcus.
They,
Mark, this is what made it funny because when I thought about this earlier, I was like, man, I can see people hating the Thunder because we hate to see people win too much. I was legit thinking that at 7:30 in the morning while I'm shoveling snow, like, yo, we hate to see people win too much. Like after you win like a couple times, we like, all right, that's enough now. This dude
yeah.
has pretty much saying, no, no, we hate the country. We hate your
No, so
nation.
let me finish. Let me finish. And it's not even about that. Yes, I think a lot of it is inspired by the fact that the Patriots, the Spurs, like when teams win too much, we find reasons to hate them. The
Yeah,
Chiefs, until there was a little bit of this like Trump loves the Chiefs and the Chiefs love Trump. Until that happened, like there wasn't really a reason to hate the Chiefs. But it was like, all right, if you Taylor Swift doesn't really give you a reason to hate her other than like you just think she's annoying and her music's annoying, but she doesn't do anything to make you hate her. Even when the NFL was showing her every 5 seconds, she didn't really do anything to make you hate her. It's not like she was asking like, "Hey, put the cameras on me every 5 seconds." But we found reasons, man. Patrick Mahomes' voice is annoying. His wife is on TV too is all up in the videos, trying to dance in the videos and be all up in the mix all the time. And oh, I don't like Patrick Mahomes' brother. And oh, well, Travis Kelsey broke up with Kayla Nicole and now he's with Taylor Swift. Like we invent reasons to hate them. I think the Thunder are gonna become like that. Shea's too swaggy. He doesn't care about winning the same way. Or Jalen Williams, he's too like they just get along too well. Like what are we gonna do to break this team up? We're gonna find reasons to nitpick on this team and hate them, not because there's anything tangible to really hate on, but because when you win too much, people will find a reason to hate you.
I think the stage is already set. Like, all right, so what are we're starting to hate them now. So I'm not disagreeing with you.
One more thing.
Go
And
ahead.
we hate analytics. And Sam Presti is like the poster boy of like looking like an analytical nerd. And so it's
Yeah,
not just gonna be
yeah.
about like getting buckets anymore. Like Sam Presti, I like the dude, but he has a punchable face in some ways because he kind of you would think he thinks he's the smartest dude in the room by how he looks.
He bro, he's got to be the best GM of all time. I will go a little bit further and say if they win the championship and then they win the lottery, so get like a top three, top five pick from the Clippers, that would solidify it. I think the groundwork is already laid. Like people, like Shea's becoming like a hateable player. It is not because of his
The foul
personality.
merchant, yeah.
Foul merchant, like he doesn't play ethical basketball. It is the Canadian thing too. Dort is Canadian as well, so you're not lying about that. Like he's kind
And
of
their Canadian team is going to be good the next few years, so we have a chance to lose to them in the Olympics, and people are going to hate him even more because of that.
yeah. And he's not like a charismatic. Like he's pretty quiet, pretty chill. So he doesn't give you a reason to like him, but he gives you enough reason to dislike him with all the foul baiting and all that kind of stuff. Um, the fact that they might end up with three picks in the lottery, if it ended today, I heard Hoop Collective say this, the Thunder would have top three lottery pick. They would have number nine, and then they would have number 14 from the Sixers. They'd have three picks from the lottery. You know, if the odds fell the right way today, like,
Which is crazy. Like they don't need that. That's the last thing they need.
and I also think that Presti is such a good GM because the team is so good. Like half the team is dang near all defense. Shea is gonna start ending up in uncomfortable conversations, which makes us hate Shea more and
Yeah,
ends up equaling out. Like, who would you who would you pick, Shea or D Wade all time?
we know Darius's answer, but I think it's going to become a
Look,
pretty
look, look, look,
easy. Like
look,
right,
look.
no, no,
D's face
listen,
right there.
listen, right now, right today is D Wade, but I think eventually it will be Shea, and I don't think it will be close if like on the
Dang.
trajectory that he's on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jokic suffered from the same thing. It's like he's really good, he's really good. But now we're starting to talk top 10, and it's like we're starting to nitpick and poke holes in, and it's like
yeah.
he ain't that good. So I think
Yeah.
Shea is going to become the same way where he's gonna have some crazy comparisons of who he gets compared to, and we're gonna be like he ain't that good.
But uh, I'm kind of catching up here.
Finals MVP, MVP. like he's got that whole stupid record thing where he hasn't scored less than 20. Uh, uh Wilt Chamberlain's the only one that has it more than him.
Yeah. Let me not disrespect D Wade. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be close, but I do think if Shea continues on this current trajectory, that he will go down as an all-time better player. I won't say it won't be close
But
because D Wade's top 25.
what do we talk like? I guess why are we picking D Wade like as far as
Well,
like?
no, I'm saying because we're gonna end up hating
You
the
heard his you heard his
look.
feelings.
We're gonna we're gonna end
I'm
up
just trying to understand like
this
Yeah,
is where I
they're
come
yeah.
like
from.
they're not even they're
And I
both
and I and I and I took that personal.
like
No.
D Wade's a shooting
Here's the
guard. There's
thing,
no I
like
don't see them being compared to. I guess I
no that
don't see him being compared to a D Wade.
no, that's the perfect comparison. Here's the thing. We're gonna end up hating the Thunder because we're gonna end up hating Shea. Because Presti has built the Thunder so good that Shea is gonna end up in these conversations because he's gonna have the accolades. They might beat the freaking record this year. If Shea gets a second MVP, you have to compare him against D Wade. D Wade never got a regular season MVP. You have to. He hurting.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I just feel like man, like they're gonna become the villain strictly because we hate winners. Like I think that's just what it boils down to. We hate winners.
Yeah,
Like what like we the feel good story is the underdog story. And
yeah,
once the underdog becomes the big dog, we then hate them. That's just how it
yeah,
goes. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? Like
yeah,
I'm not old enough. Were the Bulls ever hated? The
The
90s.
Bulls, so the Bulls were the underdog to the Celtics and the Pistons. And then when they start winning, then people start hating the Bulls. Like
Did they?
it was
I
kind of
don't
like
know.
it was I think they loved Mike so much, but that was mostly like I think that was people mostly in Chicago. You know what I'm saying, that loved Mike. If you
I mean,
weren't
you
in
still go all over the world and there's Bulls
yeah,
hats
yeah.
everywhere. I went to Seattle. People still wear. I mean, the Chicago Bulls had hats. Old dudes. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was some hate, you know what I'm saying, when it came, because he was beating their teams. He was beating
Yeah.
their Gary Paytons. He was beating their John Stocktons and Karl Malones. He was beating their Isaiah Thomases. Like I'm pretty sure there was some hate for the Bulls. I just don't think at the time, social media was, of course, wasn't what it was, so you just didn't hear it as much. But I think just like with
yeah,
the Thunder, like we can't, here's the thing, people always talk about like small market teams not getting the love, and now you have a GM that has legit built this small market team, like Mike said, so well that they can compete with any big market team. Like there's no big market team that we can confidently say is better than them, and they're still young, and they're still, you know what I'm saying, they're still kind of like on the ascension trajectory. You know what I mean? So I think we'll start hating them because just like I think it'd be different. They were like in their mid 30s, kind of like tapering it off. It's like no, they gonna be a problem for like the next couple years. It's gonna be kind of like Steph and Clay when they were the underdogs, and then they kind of got a taste of winning, and then they took off, and it was like, oh man, Steph and Clay, the Splash Brothers, and now he's like, man, I hate these light skinned these. You said these light skinned dudes. Like you like, bro, you start to hate him. Like, bro, okay, like I
Yeah.
kind of just and Steph was breaking records left and right. But people was like, man, I'm babyface assassin, yo. I'm starting to get sick of Buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like when they start falling off, the respect for them kind of started coming back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like people didn't hate him as much. You know what I mean? So I feel it's gonna be the same thing. People just hate winners. They hate winners.
The only
yeah.
difference
And they
I'll point, sorry, is I think the Warriors picked up a bunch of fans on the way to their championships as well as haters. I don't think the Thunder are going to pick up a bunch of fans.
I mean,
No,
they go
because it's
they
Oklahoma City.
It's
It's
Yeah.
yeah,
not
it's
it's not a
Oklahoma City. You got your tried and true fans. I mean, I personally like Shea. I personally like watching Shea. Like
Not
people,
after I said that whole D Wade thing. You
I
look
no,
like you had hate in your heart.
no, it wasn't hate. I didn't understand the comparison. I still don't, but it's cool. But I feel like we have to be okay with like the players of old, like the MJs, the Scotties. Even if we bring it a little bit newer, the KGs, the D Wades. Like they're going to be players that are better than them. The game is constantly changing. The game is more fast paced. They're going to be players better than them, and that just comes with the territory. But I know people talk about Shea like, oh, he's a foul merchant. I'm like, is he a foul merchant, or does he has he kind of just started manipulating the game like James Harden? Because
You
James
say he don't
Harden.
remind you of D Wade. I remember the '06 finals very well. Talk about a foul
Yeah.
merchant.
Hey, you can't get mad if I know how to manipulate the game. Yeah, if you ain't a fan of him, I see how you mad. I was a fan of D Wade. Dirk, stop jumping. You know what I'm saying? Get your head out of the cookie jar. Stop jumping. Dirk, you
Yeah, I
cool.
didn't.
I get it. You got your styrofoam plate with your foil on top, but you can't jump over a paper bag. Why do you keep jumping with this 6'4" guard
So
coming here?
there's it makes me think of Toy Story when Andy gets a new toy and it's that meme of him dropping Woody and he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
Dang.
That's kind of that's what sports becomes. Is you think
Yeah.
about Patrick Mahomes 5 years ago, he was
People
on
loved him.
First Take, he was on First Take, he was on Get Up, he was on NFL Live. Like every
Everything.
show is talking about him like he was like the God MC. But
Yep.
now but the last 2 years is, oh, well,
People
Josh
hate him.
Allen's better, or
Yep.
Lamar's better, or man, maybe even Justin
Who's
Herbert's better,
who
or
who's the next Pat Mahomes? Like we're
yeah.
so ready to replace him now, where people are sick of it. They
And
hate the
so with the
Chiefs.
Thunder, and so with the Thunder, it's going to become the same thing. They're going to start winning, but we're going to start looking for that next team of man,
Yep.
who are the Pistons going to come up, or are when is Wemby's turn going to be? Like we're going to
Yep.
find reasons to even if there's again nothing like of substance where Shea decides to pick up the blicky and start pulling a jaw like that doesn't have to happen for us to hate the Thunder. That
Nope.
we will find reasons to hate them if they keep winning.
People will make up stories to hate the Thunder. Man, I don't like their accent, man. Even when they talk tough, they
I
sound
don't like.
soft.
You're
Man,
right.
I don't like his fashion, man. That bubble coat, man, that faded 3 years ago, man. Like people, we gonna find stuff to hate on. But and the thing is,
All them
like,
doing them TikToks
yeah,
piss
man,
me
man,
off, man.
the TikToks, man. This buddy don't do nothing but hoop, go home to his family. That's all he doing. That's all he doing. We gonna find somewhere to hate on him, bro. That's just how it happens. When you at the top too long, okay, who's gonna knock you off? We everyone we always want to see the Goliath get knocked off by David. We always want to see it. And if David becomes Goliath, all right, man, all right, okay, it's time to give the throne up to somebody else. Like that's just how that goes. That's how that goes.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, fellas, let's go ahead and hop off the boat. So I left this one in the dark for you guys because I wanted to get a genuine reaction. But I'm going to ask you guys, are you familiar with the name Lane Kiffin?
Oh yeah, buddy just went to LSU.
Yeah, I'm
I am
gonna say
not.
Left
Marcus
Ole Miss.
probably is not.
I have no
Marcus
Yeah,
idea.
probably is
dude,
This is
he
not.
was
a
a head
So
coach.
this is
so
a
I'm gonna I'm gonna
WNBA
I'm gonna
player.
I'm
No,
gonna set
he's
the
a
scene.
head
I'm gonna
coach
set
of
the
Ole Miss
scene.
Okay.
football team. He just
Yeah,
left to coach
I'm
at
gonna
LSU.
yeah, I'm gonna set the scene real quick. So Ole
Took
Miss
his staff too.
having their best season in history, going to the college football playoff.
He said, "F them boys."
Archie Manning played there. Eli Manning played there, but this is by far the best season they've ever had. LSU is a blood job when it comes to college football. Probably one of the top 5 to 10 jobs in college football. It opens up. Lane Kiffin for weeks is he's the guy that he left Tennessee for USC, but everywhere he goes, he kind of like takes little jabs on the way out. So he's kind of like that little brother that is super talented, but like never says the right thing or always says the wrong thing. But he's kind of left Florida and LSU both had coaching jobs open. He's been leaving them in the dark for the past like 3 4 weeks. And so he comes out and is basically it's like musical chairs. It's almost like the college kids when they pick up the hat and they put it on. Like he's been doing that proverbially with Florida and with LSU. And so there's a reporter for Ole Miss who basically said you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife.
Dang.
He was calling Lane Kiffin a hoe
Dang.
because he's basically saying he's always got his eye on the next thing. So, like I said, he was an Oakland Raiders coach for about a year or two. His
Okay.
dad, Monty Kiffin, is a legendary defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won a Super Bowl. So he comes from a coaching tree, a coaching
Right.
family. He coached at Alabama. He was the offensive coordinator when Nick Saban was there. He went to Florida Atlantic, but then he took the job at Ole Miss. He actually got fired on the tarmac, like USC lost a game, and before they even got on the plane to take the team back home, the athletic director at USC fired him because he was like, "We're done with you." So
Dang.
that's the kind of guy we're talking about.
I see
But
why
this
he's jaded.
reporter,
Okay.
but this reporter says you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, and Lane Kiffin hears this, and he's walking off the field after they played Mississippi State in the rivalry game called the Egg Bowl, and he walks up to the reporter and basically said like, "You ain't talking so tough now." So
Dang.
what I'm gonna ask you guys? If
I need to
somebody
look up this
if
dude.
so- if somebody regardless of the context, I don't think he was saying like this is a hoe a nigga.
Right.
This ain't like, or he's not out here hoeing himself in the streets.
Wait,
He called him a hoe.
did the reporter say
The
hold
reporter.
until or you just said that?
No, I'm saying the reporter didn't do this. I'm saying is the hoe that he was referring to is not he's being promiscuous or he's being a punk or he's being a
Yeah.
coward. He's calling him a hoe because he's basically saying you have no honor, my man, is what he's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
saying.
But
So
he
if
said those
somebody
words
calls
verbatim.
he literally said you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife, and he quoted he said
Yo,
I'm quoting Ludacris when I say this. You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife.
dang.
If somebody was out in the media calling you a hoe, how would you challenge them?
Well, am I black or am I white? Because you get away
You
with a lot more
you're
stuff.
you.
I'm about to look this dude up. Is he
Uh
black or
uh
white?
oh, he's white for sure.
Like, oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is he a hoe?
It was
I'm
the shoe
just
Doesn't no
fits.
saying.
listen, it doesn't matter if he's a hoe or not. I'm saying if somebody had the nerve to call you a hoe, you're not gonna be like, yeah, you're right. What you
Yeah, I
gonna do?
mean, no, I get as a man, he can't you know what I'm saying, he can't just, take that on the chin. But brother, we are paying you for a service. Sounds like a hoe to me.
Like,
Sounds like a
man,
hoe to
man.
me. We're paying you for it. And guess what hoes do? They run to the next John who has more money. Is he wrong? Is the next trick with more money? Is he wrong?
So you're calling us all. You're saying we can all be hoes
He
because
said,
I
if you're being
it's a
paid for a service,
it can be applicable to everybody. So it's like
uh,
I get it. As a man, you got to stand on that. But it's like he's. But then again, I like so. I mean, my thing is even with Lane Kiffin, like if he was at UFC, they fired him on the tarmac, right? They pretty much said, "Yo, we through with you." So I'm like, y'all can't get mad at Buddy when it's pretty much like, "Yo, like I was coaching, y'all able to fire me before I even get back to the crib." You
dang.
know what I'm saying? So how you get mad at me where I say, "Hey, you ain't got to fire me. I'm just gonna go take this bag." That you can't get. I feel like you can't get mad at it, bro. If you paying me 5 years for $51 million, they say I'll. LSU was giving him 7 years for $91 million. That is $40 million difference, my man.
that's a lot of box combos because Raising Cane's is heavily tied into LSU.
I'm just saying,
A lot of tickets.
escorts.
Hey, the price of the box combo is going up.
You can't you
Shout
can't
out to
get
Marlo Stanfield.
you can't get mad at him for securing a bigger bag. Now, do I think there's a way he probably could have done it? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure some of them kids came to him, came to Ole Miss because he was a coach. He talked to those parents. You know what I'm saying? Like those parents trusted him to take care of their kid there. So I get that piece. But I'm just like, I mean, it's not necessarily that off you know, off color of a comment. But if I'm Lane Kiffin, I got, you got to stand on business. Like my kids read this, bro. You can't call me a hoe and I don't do nothing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? My kids read this, bro. Like you got to see
Was
me.
was was the reporter wrong? Was the reporter wrong? No. Was Lane Kiffin right to react the way that he did? Yes.
Yeah,
I would have done the same thing because like you said,
they both.
you ain't gonna be out here on the front page calling me a hoe and expect me not to say anything. Regardless of the context, regardless of how you meant it, you're not gonna call me out my name in the media. Like we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, but my thing is if you
But for $90 million, I will dance. I will dance.
You
let
gonna
me
be
tell
on
you,
that pole.
hey, bro, if even if I mean I've never frequented such an establishment, but even you go to a strip club, they ain't up there dancing for free. I'm just saying.
Man,
If you throw $100, but he throwing 1,000, they gonna go to the highest bidder. So you can't get upset. You can't get upset. My only thing with the reporter is, bro, if you gonna call him that, stand on it. Yeah, I
no,
called you
yeah,
that.
facts,
Like if you
facts.
gonna call him that, stand on it. That's my biggest thing with reporters is like they tough behind the keyboard and the screen. But then you
Yeah.
see this man to your face, you're like, oh snap! Like he's all of 6'3". It's like, no, stand on that, bro. Like you
Did,
said it,
did he at
stand on
least
it.
do the thing where like Lane Kiffin called him out and then he waited till someone was in front of him and said, "Hey, hold me back, hold me back, hold me back," or did the reporter just freeze
No,
up?
the reporter just pretty much said like, "Oh, I didn't do that." It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he was like,
Oh,
I didn't call him, I didn't call him a hoe. But I mean, I basically, I'm not saying you a hoe, but you made a hoe decision, is what he said.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
that's
Look,
what did he say that
that's
to Lane Kiffin?
No, he kind of just
but
stumbled on his
I
words. He
want to know
stumbled
it,
on
what
his
happened
words
in the
after.
moment. Did he freeze up in the moment?
No, he just stumbled on his words in the moment, and then basically afterwards said, "I didn't call him a hoe." He said it was a clunky metaphor, and he said
That's
what I meant to
soft.
say was you can't turn a hoe into a housewife
That's
because hoes
soft,
don't act
man.
right.
Now I'm with Darius. Like, if you part of the media, like this is part of the game now. Like, and the thing is, this Lane Kiffin ain't about to punch you on camera. It's same with Stephen A. and the LeBron thing a few months. What I don't even remember when that was. When LeBron ran up on Stephen A. and Stephen A. still butthurt because he got shook in the moment. Like they
Yeah,
can't hit you anyway. So yes, if I'm Lane Kiffin, because of my respect, even if I am a hoe, I got to stand up and say something to you. But if I'm the reporter, bro, just stand 10 toes down,
so
and
I was
it's not like they can hurt you. Like that's why I like Tim what's his
and if
name,
they
Mike.
do, no, but listen, and if they do, that man is making $90 million. I got 90 million reason why
You entitled to half.
I want you to hit I want you to hit me.
Entitled to half.
Hit
bro.
me,
It
hit me.
Entitled to half. That's why I like that dude Tim McMahon. What's his name, Mike McMahon for the Mavericks. Who's the beat
Tim
writer for the
McMahon.
Mavs?
Tim
Tim
McMahon,
McMahon.
he does stand
Bro,
on 10
he
toes, yeah.
stands on business, man. I got a lot of respect for that dude. He'll talk a little crazy.
Even with Luca.
He'll talk crazy, but he ain't backing down. So if
Yeah.
you a media man, and I know most of them are probably nerds and they came from being sheltered and got to right behind, but it's a new day and age. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody has an extra camera. You're not gonna get hurt. I don't know, man.
I just feel like you can't use because look literally he said you can't turn a hoe until housewife hoes don't act right. It's like first of all you messed up the whole sentence.
Oh, did he?
I got dyslexic trying to read it. You can't turn a hoe until housewife hoes don't act right. It's like wait what? That's not what Ludacris said, but that's beside the point. Don't go up there and say like, "Yo, I didn't call you a hoe." Bro, you didn't you may not have said Lane Kiffin you a hoe, but you pretty much called him a hoe indirectly. Just
Yeah.
stand on it. Don't start cowering now that he called you on it. Like that don't like I feel like as a reporter, I mean if I'm like, bro, I didn't want you in the room.
No.
I can at least respect you if you stood
Oh,
on it.
I just looked at the
No, 100%.
picture of the reporter. I can see why this dude backed down. He
Cause
has a
he's
punchable face.
he do have a
Yeah, for
punchable
sure.
face.
And he's
He
a
do
40-year-old
have
man. He looks like he's about 17, but that dude's like 40.
no, he don't. No, there's no
But
way
another
he's
thing too.
40.
Another thing about it too is this isn't a national reporter that basically that can
Yes,
have a more objective view. He literally works
for
in
Ole
Oxford,
Miss.
Mississippi as an Ole Miss reporter. Of course he's going to be like have feelings about Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss because he's leaving the school that he reports. So you aren't looking at it from an objective lens. You're basically saying you're leaving the school that I cover, so I'm mad at you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of the game, dude. Like
I'm gonna have to
Pete,
look up this video later. Huh.
like I'm just like what are we so mad about? That's part of the game. People get hired for different jobs. People leave different jobs. People get fired. Like you know what I'm saying? Like what are we talking about, bro?
He's
Like
a
so
good
you
coach. I assume he's a really good coach, isn't he?
because here's the thing. They
Yeah.
people keep hiring him and giving him a bag. So it ain't like he trashing his job. You just, you know what I'm saying? You can't be mad because he came and did his job. Y'all 11-1. I did my job, bro. Now I'm gonna go
Yeah.
do it somewhere else, but they're gonna give me 40 million more dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
let's go ahead and hop back on the boat and talk about who put us on notice. So I'm gonna kick this one off with who put me on notice. I'm gonna go with Mr. Andrew Nimhard, brother of Ryan Nimhard, Mr. Maverick himself. Dropped 18 points on Friday against the Lakers. It was a loss, but still
That's a big
18
win for the
points.
Mavs.
18 points. 18 points is 18 points. But
Right.
last night, my dude went off. He had 28 points and became the first. Well, let's say he had 10 assists, which is the most by an undrafted rookie in NBA history. So
Wait, 10 assists?
I wish. Mhm.
Okay.
I wish by an undrafted rookie. So
Right, right, right. I
he
got you. I
wasn't
got
drafted.
you.
So I wish I told y'all earlier that this is like a Call Me Crazy part two, but I feel like this is like the diet version of when the Mavs drafted Luca and Jalen Brunson because
Oh Lord.
I felt like whenever they drafted Cooper, I was like he's not going to be Luca, but he's going to be the franchise cornerstone you can build around. And I felt like when they picked up Andrew Nimhard, I was like, man, like this reminds me of when they got Luca and they got Jalen Brunson in the second round, where it was like it wasn't really that heralded, but you knew, man, Jalen Brunson was a dog in college and he always won. Like Ryan Nimhard was a dog in college. He was started out at Creighton, ended up at Gonzaga. His brother Andrew Nimhard went there as well. So it felt like the dude was a winner, and you're picking up a dude that is gonna be maybe not a star and not going to turn into Jalen Brunson, but he could be a light version of what Jalen Brunson was on the Mavericks and be a
Uh,
guy that you help that 2, 3, 4 years from now, he's a cornerstone piece of your franchise. So call me crazy. Part two, Cooper Flag, Ryan Nimhard is Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson light.
You got to take
yeah,
all
so
the victories you can as a Mavs fan.
yeah,
Moral
man,
victory here.
because I mean
Coming
that's
from a Bulls fan.
oh okay. Look, we ain't gotta
Hey,
get personal now.
right.
Like, relax, relax, relax.
Hey, hey, I'm gonna point at Patrick Williams and say, "Is this your king? Is
Lord,
this your king?"
we don't speak that name. We've been
Jeez.
doing well.
Well, he got us there.
Ryan Nimhard might have put up a more career high than Patrick Williams put up in his whole career
You're probably not
Dude,
lying.
yeah,
as a top 10 pick got beat out by an undrafted rookie within first 20 games for his career high.
it's funny because like Ryan Nembhard, they try to say, man, he like 6 feet. It's like, buddy, probably 5'9".
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
short. He's a small
He
dude.
looks super small.
He looked like he's a dude that looks like he has a Napoleon complex.
Yeah.
But I mean, so honestly, and this may be my desire. I feel like we were leaning towards the tradition of having big guards. You miss out on talent like this. So I hope that the league doesn't go too far having these big guards. It's like, no, you need a Jalen Brunson guard out there. You need a spark like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not every guard needs to be 6'7", 7 feet. Honestly, me personally, I feel like that would make the game so boring. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody
Yeah.
just like 20 feet tall. It's like, all right, bro. Well, look at that dunk. My nigga, he's 6'9". He's supposed to do that. Like, that's
We
how
need
I would
we
feel.
we
He's
needed
six
Nate
nine.
Robinson. We
Like
needed
he's
Nate
six
Robinson.
nine, bro. Like it's like, man, look at that pass. Well, I would hope he'd be able to pass. He could freaking see over everybody. Like if he
Yeah.
can't pass at this point, like, tell God sorry. You've wasted all the gifts he's given you.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of
Marcus,
tall point
go ahead.
guards.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
go ahead and do
No,
yours, but
speaking
real
of
quick, Patrick Williams' career high is 35,
stop it.
so
Oh
Dang,
gosh.
he gonna keep
he's on his way to break it. He's on his
all right,
way.
man. You gotta quit disrespect us. All right, we said
Nah.
we sorry. Relax, bro. Relax.
I was just giving y'all the facts of the
All
day.
right, just relax, relax.
Speaking of tall point guards,
Jeez.
I am going to who put me on notice is Nikhil Alexander Walker. Dude is dropped 26 points per game. He's on my fantasy team. This is like normal for him now. He's averaging
Yeah,
20 points per game. It's like double what his career average was before this, and he's a big part of the reason. Obviously, Jalen Johnson's the number one reason, but he's a big part of the reason why they're starting to question if they need Trey Young anymore. He's a
yeah.
great defender, all defense type defender, and he's not the best assist guy, but he is doing his part, scoring, dropping like 3, 4 threes per game. Like, the dude deserves some love.
Yo, bro, he's averaging like, yeah, he's just averaging 20 points a game, man. I've always liked Nikhil though. I'll probably say my put you on notice is Velociraptor Arms himself, Desmond Bay. Like, yeah, dude, he just man, he well, on the Magic, man, he just gave my Bulls 37. He gave my Bulls 37. It was pretty disrespectful. This dude he can't touch his knees standing up, but he out here giving people 37, bro. So I gotta give respect where respect is due.
Cool.
He's he's fitting in well with that team, and like you said, It's making it a question of whether Ja was the sidekick there. But
Hey man.
let's go ahead and take it off the boat. And no, not we're not taking it off the boat. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off with the draft. So tonight's draft, we got breakout players. So this could be rookies. Let's not go all rookies because it would be
Wait, you
cheating
said
to
it could
say,
be rookies?
yeah, we if you were in the if you were in the text chain last night paying attention, you would have known. We said
Don't
we
be gay.
can
Don't
do
be gay.
rookies, but
Don't be. I was tired, bro. I had
let's
4 hours of
not
sleep.
do all rookies.
My
But
plane was 3 hours delayed, and I drove on the red eye. Ugh, I was tired.
sounds like an excuse.
I
Sounds
got
like an
my list
excuse.
though.
But the draft order, Marcus, you're starting off.
Oh
Darius, your
yeah.
second. I got the snake, and I'll do third and fourth, and then we'll bring it back.
With the number one pick of the draft, this dude is going from fringe all-star to he will be a perennial all-star. I'm calling it now. Jalen Johnson, best breakout player of the year right now. No doubt. Averaging
That's your that's your new holiday, huh?
hey, if you go back to the old tapes, when we went down the whole 2K list, that was my number one pick
No,
for
for
2K rating.
sure.
He's averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Insane. That's my first pick.
Okay.
First pick. All right. Okay, I guess I ain't gonna take that from you, brother. I'm a go with, and I hate going with them because they overall they trash. So I'm just like, man, he should. But I'm gonna go with Kaishan George.
Oh, that's a decent pick. Under
I'm
the
gonna go with
radar,
him,
radar.
man. Yeah, so I just
Okay.
felt. I mean, and he's on a team where it's like, brother, you should break out. But no, he's averaging 15.4 points. So I think he definitely has a lot of room where he can just have a really good year this year.
Shooting like 45% from three, too.
Yep,
That's crazy.
Well,
46
I'm
from
gonna
the
go ahead
field.
and this dude was averaging 13 and a half points his first 10 games in the league. His rebounds and his assists are about the same, but
Hmm.
going from 13 and a half in his first 10 games. So I saw the stat last night. He was averaging 19 and a half in his last 10 games. I'm gonna go with Cooper Flag. So it's a breakout within a season.
Come on, Mike. You can't pick the number one pick, bro. You can't
That's a
pick.
breakout. That's a
There's
breakout.
not.
He
You
started
can't.
no,
This
he
dude
started
went to the
off.
most.
We no. We
This
said rookies. We said
is
rookies.
insane. You can't pick the number one pick.
The man was getting killed the first 10 games of the season. Like, oh, this dude's
Man, the
trash. Like he's
Mavs
not
are
as good.
getting killed. This is such a homer pick right here. This is crazy.
Bro,
This
Hey,
I
is,
should
we
I
said
should
rookies. We
I
said
should
rookies.
I should have picked him out of spite towards Mike. I should have picked
he,
him out of spite.
he shouldn't have
I
been.
should
If
have.
we had a draft with 100 picks, he should not be on this pick. This is crazy. This is Lord have
Anyways,
mercy.
I have a second pick to pick, and I'm gonna go Mr. Jalen Duran because I know Marcus
Surprised
wants
it
to have him
wasn't
bad.
Nimhard. I was definitely gonna pick Duran. Surprised it wasn't Nimhard, to be honest. Nimhard was averaging 2 points per game the first 10 games, and now he scored 28.
Hey,
Breakout.
it's a breakout within the season.
This is crazy.
All right, go ahead, Darius. But Marcus has
All
a
right, man.
condition.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it back home to Chicago, man, just because I really want him to just kind of be that leader for the
That's a good pick.
Bulls. So I think I'm gonna go with
Uh,
Montes
Oh, that's not what
I
I
Buzelis.
thought
thought
that's not what I
I
thought.
thought
No, I know y'all thought I was going with Giddy.
I mean, Buzelis is a good pick too, but you set that up, and you don't get a redo. You don't get a redo, but you set that up, and I was like, ain't no, there's no way he could go but
Giddy
Giddy,
about to
and
be
he
a
said,
Giddy. I'm sorry, this is like, nah, I can't.
this
I
man
can't, man.
said Matas Buzelis.
I'm gonna go Montes Buzelis,
Skip right.
man. Hey,
Go ahead. Hey,
This has
Marcus,
got
go
to
ahead
be
and
the
take
most
Giddy. Go ahead,
unorthodox draft I've ever done. Lord have mercy.
go ahead and take Giddy with one of your two picks. So that's
Yeah, I'm not actually. We're gonna go. This dude is the reason why LeBron James is a third option. Austin Reeves is averaging freaking 28 points per game, bro.
he's cooking.
that's a
28
good one.
points
Good one.
He's
and
That's a
cooking.
good
six
one.
and a half assists. Like, and I wouldn't have picked him, but he was only averaging 20 last year. He already took a leap. He's a huge breakout player. Austin Reeves deserves to be an all-star. He's my second pick. And then my third pick, Danny Advia, who I wish
That's
was
a good
a
one.
Bulls. I'll never leave that alone. He's averaging like 25, 6 and 6, something crazy like that. Um, yeah, that's my third pick right there, Danny Avia.
Okay, good pick.
I'm gonna go with another great white hope over in North Carolina with one of the coldest names in the league right now, Mr. KK Trey
Y'all,
himself.
what the heck is going on? Y'all, why are y'all picking top five picks? This is crazy. I'm so
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take Josh Giddey third. And
I
whew,
quit.
I I want to pick I want to pick the rich kid, but I gotta go with Mr. Hotep himself and Michael Porter Jr. The man's he's averaging. I mean, I know they're a terrible team,
That's
Wait,
fair.
who you
but
going with?
he could easily get
MPJ.
traded. But I'm gonna take Michael Porter Jr.
I almost went with him too.
Good one.
I'm like the Enigma himself.
I saw something that said he like the it said he dropped like 30 points, seven threes, or no, it said 30 points, 7 rebounds, and then it said seven. I thought it was gonna say 7 assists, and it said 7 threes. I was like, oh, never mind.
I thought you were gonna say he dropped 7 podcast quotes.
Bro,
That's more likely than 7 assists, that's for sure.
bro, that's hilarious.
All right, y'all's last picks.
My last pick, we're gonna go over there to Germany, over in Orlando, Mr. Magic himself, because he don't like Paolo. Franz Wagner himself.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna go with
Oh,
Franz.
nice. All right, I'm gonna round it out with who put me on notice, Nikhil Alexander Walker, going from
Okay.
10 points to 20 points per game this year, while Trey is out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and call out your picks, Marcus, then Darius, then I'll wrap it up.
Jalen Johnson, Austin Reeves, Denny Advia, and Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I got Kaishan George, Montes Buzelis, Canupo, and Franz Wagner.
I got Cooper Flag, Jalen Duren, Josh Giddey, and MPJ. And with that, fellas,